Hello.
Nice.
We wrote. I gotta get that tick. I've learned of all my ticks. Well, not all of them, but quite a few of them on this podcast. If you say we rolling, Chameleonaire's gonna play in my head. And I'm gonna say we rolling. I'm a very.
That's pretty much it, though. Just those two.
Yeah, it is. And then when I leave here, I do that whole. My body ticks start coming in.
Yeah.
Then y'all don't get to see that.
Yeah. I think you do have some inner white woman within you that you work so hard for some reason to suppress.
You know what it is?
And so it comes out in this, if I could have you on our therapy couch for a second.
America makes me, a black man, have to project softness because if I didn't, y'all be walking around here terrified like Godzilla was walking around this bitch. So I have to do things like, hi. to
yeah, it's crazy. It literally exactly says that in my notes, in my therapist notes.
That's why
about
I
you.
do that. America made me
a
white woman. My name being Ashton and the fact that I share a name with
many white women.
It has nothing to do.
Wow, I didn't think about that whole part of it.
Oh my God, I'm currently in a YouTube battle. You will not believe this. You will not believe this. The other person I'm battling with on YouTube, named Ashton Womack.
What?
Not only a white woman.
Wait, that's not fair though, because Womack is not a white person name.
I don't know what Womack is. I don't know what Womack is.
Womack is a black person name. It's Bobby Womack and it's you.
Sure.
Those are all the Womacks that I know. So in my mind, Womack is a black name.
That is fair, but I know 1,000 white Ashtons. I know this because I've been.
Of course, I'm not saying Ashton's a black name.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll lock down the Womack.
It's kind of funny though, because if you combine Ashton Womack, it makes sense that it's a black man and a white woman going to war with this name because it is half white, half black. Who does own Ashton Womack?
Going to even be the coincidences are even crazier.
Yeah.
So I do my Instagram deep dive stalking this lady, trying to be like, who the fuck is this lady? She posts like no, and this no shout out to her. I don't want to like make beef in the Ashton Womack community,
sure.
But I was like,
that would be tragic.
That'd be crazy. It's only two of us, but might be more. But she does like a journal YouTube account. That she like it's literally.
So
like,
she is. I was gonna ask. She is like a public figure.
Yeah, she has like.
So it really is a war. It really is a battle.
Yes.
She's not just a random person with a private Instagram for her friends.
Here's what's gonna fuck you. This will fuck me up. Tell me why. Me and her have the same birthday.
Whoa.
Me and her have the
Holy
same
shit.
exact birthday, dude.
Andrea, the white woman in the room, her mouth went agape. You say some birthday shit like that, all of a sudden, white women's minds are exploding.
It literally, the connect. I'm like, I'm not gonna look. I was like, what? Are we like split at birth? Was like, she's the inner. Am I like passing out, waking when I go to sleep? I become her.
Have you felt at times in your life that you're incomplete?
Not when I'm journaling.
Exactly. Not when you have your connection to your other half.
When I'm journaling.
You're only half a soul. You and Ashton Womack is one soul. That's what y'all were before this earthly realm. Y'all got split by gender, by race, two social constructs. Not in the eyes of God. In the eyes of God, y'all are one person.
I'm telling you, I think it's more of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation where like I pass out and I become her. Like my skin mutates in white. I go blonde hair and I start a YouTube account.
So she's the evil version?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Never heard Ashton say something with such certainty before in his life.
I ain't the evil.
Well, what could she be journaling about?
Kill nigga. How do I kill these?
Yeah. I feel comfortable assigning racism onto her.
No, she's right. Ashton, if you're watching this, I love you. I'm just joking. Nothing. I want the YouTube name. That's what we're beefing. That's what we're beefing about. I want the YouTube name. She got to it first.
Damn.
And I just discovered it. And then she probably doesn't even know. She probably knows because you know what it is? She might have YouTube on lock. But I got everything else on lock. Once you Google Ashton Womack, girl, You got to scroll to page 5 to catch your YouTube channel. All right, your boy. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but you know.
So you got her on the short form, but on the long form content.
Yeah, when they Google
the stuff that's like real depth.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. When her boyfriends Google to like her like dates Google to like try to like figure out who she is. They got to go all the way to page.
Well, shout out Ashton Womack with your racist ass out there.
Also, no, not racist. I apologize.
I know.
I'm sorry if you ever catch this clip. I didn't mean to make you catch it straight, but if you do want to give me that YouTube name, I'm tired of going by Ashton Womack comedy. I used to make fun of people on Facebook.
Yeah, look, black people are probably never going to get reparations in America.
Precisely.
So you got to take it where you can get. Ashton, not this Ashton. Ashton, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Please.
Spike Lee.
If you do it, I'll ignore whatever plantation wedding you're planning.
Yeah.
Because I know this. I'm kidding. Oh my God. I did not mean to shit
Invite
on
us to your wedding. In Georgia, in rural Georgia. Invite us to your haunted wedding.
The ghost of slave past is haunting.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but you know, free her.
Free her.
But
let's start the show.
podcast.
Yeah. All right, gang.
Welcome to the podcast, people.
Yes.
We're going to a softer opener, and that's more on me.
Sure.
I do come in a little.
No, I think it's okay.
Let's
It's kind of an intense podcast sometimes.
It is.
It's about the police. Here is some of the headlines involving police in America from the last week. Starting out, cops in Dyersburg, Tennessee, jail a man during a medical emergency leading to his death. R.I.P. Johnny Etheridge.
Cop in Fort Worth, Texas, pleads guilty to an off-duty road rage shooting.
Cop in Buckeye, Arizona, is indicted for using excessive force on handcuffed victims.
Cop in Fresno, California, is on video slamming a man's head through a windshield.
Cop in Shelby, North Carolina, is on video slamming a woman on the ground and repeatedly punching her.
Cop in Fairfield, California, is reassigned after being caught on video assaulting a teenager during an arrest.
Cop in Pennsylvania is charged with sexually assaulting a teenager.
Cop in Weld County, Colorado, is fired after admitting to unlawful sexual contact with a 16-year-old.
Cop in D.C. is arrested for soliciting a minor.
Cop in Dakota County, Nebraska, is charged with possession of child sex abuse material.
Cop in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, is indicted for possession of child sex abuse material.
Cop in Fresno, California, is arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Clover, South Carolina, is arrested for domestic violence.
Cop in Portland, Oregon, previously arrested for domestic violence, is arrested again.
Cops in Milwaukee shoot a dog.
ICE cops in Lafayette, Louisiana, arrest and jail a U.S. citizen in ICE detention center.
ICE cops in Minnesota is arrested after pointing his gun at another driver.
Cops in Charlotte, North Carolina, are facing a lawsuit after charging an innocent teacher with possession of heroin, even though they had the actual suspect in custody and had taken his fingerprints.
Yeah.
What?
And they ruined his life.
What?
Can you guess the race of these two individuals?
Of the people arrested?
Yes. The people who got arrested.
Who got arrested? I
yes.
mean, of course, I'm going to go with the obvious answer.
It's the obvious,
okay.
Yes. So he was a teacher. He got fired. He couldn't get another job teaching.
Crazy.
And
what?
And yeah, they literally had the guy arrested, jailed, fingerprinted, and they just never bothered to correct the record.
We found the man who did 9/11. Bin Laden? Oh, okay. Let him go. They're just
sure. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And another sad part of it is that these two guys, here's what actually happened. The two guys are childhood friends. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a sad story. They at a certain point, they were playing when they were kids. Then obviously their lives took different paths. Mm-hmm. One is a teacher and a coach. Mm-hmm. The other is breaking into vacant hotel rooms and doing heroin in them. And so when this guy was being arrested, he was giving them fake names. Mm-hmm. So one of the fake names that he gave him was the name of his childhood friend.
That's not a good friend.
Of course it's not a good friend. I agree with that. Yeah. Not.
You know who's also should be indicted here? You as a friend. That's bad friend behavior. You got to use fate. You got to use. Come on, man.
Yeah, look, he was probably just struggling to think of names. It's kind of sad that he thought of his
I'm sure. Yes,
friend for the good old days.
Don't make an excuse for him, because then when I use your name, you're fucking pissed. He probably was going.
I'll be like, oh, Ashton thought of me as I'm in Guantanamo Bay.
Like, yes, my last name is Khan. Really? Yeah, Jafar Khan. Actually.
Yeah. But yeah, they very quickly could have cleared the guy's name because they had they fingerprinted him. They got his real name.
How
finally.
bad at police work. You're just doing old police work that's already been solved.
Yeah, they just somehow or the other didn't fix whatever name they put in the system, and time is going by. This guy can't get a new job. So
the school system. Oh my God!
Just some more we use the term Kafka-esque a lot on this podcast.
Sure.
It's for shit like this, just like
the bureaucratic, fucking infinite.
Yes, us having to deal with the whims of this bureaucratic nightmare of this justice system when cops and bureaucrats within the bureaucracy make mistakes. Especially, can't take the race part out of it. Seems to happen to some people more than others. But that was some of the headlines of the last week. We
got some updates.
We do, but first, let's plug our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, right.
Can't forget that.
Guys, give me $5, please.
Yeah,
$5. $5. 5 stars, and then you'll get what we'll be talking about: Pete Hegseth's ongoing war against fat troops, and the latest on ICE from the terrible conditions in detention centers, leading to hunger strikes and self-deportations. To the city of Chicago issuing arrest warrants on migrants already swept up by Trump's deportation machine.
Yes, so that'll be for our Patreon.
When you say
viewers.
Hunger strikes and self-deportations, you're talking about actual self-deportations, or you just mean TikTok language, like suicide?
No, I mean actual self-deportations.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but also there's a rise of suicides as well. Damn.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about all that in a very fun Patreon episode.
We'll make it something.
Yeah, we'll have our little fun banter time before we go into that shit. But we also, before we get to our main stories of today, have some updates on previous stories we've covered. One of the most stupid stories we've covered has kind of come into fruition. It's now viral on social media, but we were talking about it a few weeks ago when the arrest was initially made of the woman who was cited for driving while talking on the phone using her right hand, who did not possess a right hand. And the day before this woman's day in court, she was given the body camera footage and apparently was allowed to, I guess because it's public, post it. And she did. And we got to see... Well, first of all, I want to say, what a charming and hilarious lady.
No, she's quick.
She should be a star. She made great content for us. She didn't just post the footage. She introed it. It was fun what she was saying. She's got a real good personality. And then we see in the body camera interaction, she's being hilarious.
It reminded me of a crowd work video.
Yeah.
Her witty banner with the subject. She was hand to God. She was doing a lot of bits.
She was. But it's also it shows that she has lived a life with this missing right hand and has apparently, as you would, found ways to do bits with it and make jokes about it. And it's totally comfortable and cool about it. So shout out her. And the final update, she got her charges dismissed.
Because of course. Duh. Because that's the problem with these cops, bro. They get he gets his charges dismissed. I don't know if he faces any. I don't know what kind of reprimands or punishment. that is equivalent for this, for wasting this lady's time like this. I think at the minimum, I would say, because no one was hurt, it was a fuck up. I mean, it wasn't a fuck up. It was just like this bruised dude's ego refusing to let go of the most obvious shit. He deserves at minimum or at maximum, I would say, somebody to come up. You know, one of those smacks in the back of the head, like, nigga. Oh, sorry. Like a smack,
or at least that thing where they're like, point to, hey, you got a stain on your shirt. And he looks down, they flick his nose up.
Dumbass,
something like that.
Like
his hat falls off. He deserves to be shamed at work, made fun of. Like the type of thing, like they'll never forget this. Like anytime that he's drinking with his buddies and he makes a roast to someone.
Come in. Don't arrest me. I'm good. Johnson's here, or Riviera's here, whoever the guy was. But good, wholehearted, bad, fun story.
Yes, good ending. Most we could ask for. And next update. So, if you remember, I don't know exactly how long ago this was, but I definitely remember the story where, and it was, I think it was around, it was up here, it was like upstate New York, but there was a group of cops who were caught selling drugs.
Nice.
And one of them, ironically, was a DARE officer. So, of course, this being a comedy podcast, we focused on that. Got some real juice out of it. But what is the punishment for this drug-dealing police officer? And may I remind y'all, we're in the middle of a drug war. We are going to war with people who are selling drugs. We are throwing them in cages for their entire lives. And this cop, his punishment, sentenced to 16 weekends in jail.
Yeah. Obviously. There's like, cops have a whole nother police system. They have a whole nother jailing system. They have a whole nother legal system. They just sell drugs to the community.
Weekends.
Like it's a white collar crime. Like he's like Wolf of Wall Street. You know who also had to do fucking weekends in jail? Jeff Epstein.
Yeah.
Didn't he do, wasn't it like, that's crazy. That's insane. So if someone's doing weekends in jail,
weekends in jail is what dads with custody call it. That's just called being a stepdad. Now this guy, that's his punishment. I can't this weekend. Damn it. Are you free next weekend, babe? No, I really want to see you. I just can't this weekend.
No, I'm just gonna kill myself. Weekends in jail for selling drugs to the people.
Yeah, out of his cruiser in uniform.
That's so crazy.
Yes,
that is.
And then our last little update, and this is a very, very unfortunate. This is the kind of similar story, but much more tragic and dark and serious. Which is, we had covered the death of Gerald Neal in Florida. Unhoused man, minding his own damn business, gets run over by a dumbass cop and left to die. They don't really go and get him help or anything. Classic example of us not treating the unhoused as human beings. And what is the punishment for this cop? 18-day suspension. 18-day suspension for killing someone. But this was an unhoused black man.
Yeah, that's his podcast, just showing niggas can murder people, straight up get away with murder, sell drugs to the community, and get fucking like, all right, well, we're taking you off the Netflix account. It's like, shit, damn it. Like, you murdered a man. You get 18-day suspension?
18-day suspension.
So he's just not working?
Yeah.
He gets. I just had a fucking 18-day just vacation. Not like we were just off from work. It was lovely. I didn't murder a homeless man to get that. And this guy,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, it's exactly, it is more like a vacation than any sort of a punishment. And it's just, it's a reflection. It's something where, especially if you live in New York City, it might be easy to get desensitized to the constant dehumanization of the unhoused that we see. Just the fact that there is such a problem here that's so out in the open. It's not like it's a secret that people need housing and socially we're just refusing to provide it for them. But just even the little things, like if you're just standing on the corner and there's not a fucking bench in sight on the sidewalk, it's because we've collectively apparently made a decision where we would rather none of us have the convenience of a bench rather than the sight of an unhoused person sitting on a bench. So it's this massive dehumanization, and then we'll see really dark consequences like this, killing an unhoused man, resulting in just an 18-day suspension.
Yeah. And it's just like the unspoken part is like, oh, the public safety in pursuit of like better public safety, the collateral damage is the public safety. Like we can kill people because we're trying to make the public safer. So by like our lives are collateral damage in all this, and they'll be able to do it and get away with it like they accidentally broke a fax machine in the office, and it's like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to run over that homeless man and kill him and not help. Psycho shit.
Yeah. But yeah, R.I.P. To Gerald Neal. Extremely sad and infuriating story. But let us start our first main episode for today. We're going to Jacksonville, Arkansas, reading here from KATV. Headline is, Arkansas State Trooper appears to run over Gosling on highway. Now, don't worry.
Ryan?
Don't worry.
I just saw Project Hail Mary.
It's not America's Sweetheart, thank God. But it is a little baby geese.
I love Blade Runner. Oh, geese on. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's so, little baby, or a little baby goose is called a Gosling. So what began as an innocent video. Okay, and I gotta plug this video. Please go.
I know I was supposed to watch it.
You didn't watch it?
I watched the dash cam video.
I didn't watch the dash cam video.
It was it was horrible, but I'm gonna let you keep going.
Yeah, okay. Watch the video that I'm about to describe. What began as an innocent video capturing a family of geese crossing an interstate turned bleak when an Arkansas State Police trooper. So it's a mother and her daughter sitting in a car, and there's two geese and their little goslings crossing the road together, and the mom's showing the daughter, and they're loving it. It's adorable. It's from a Disney movie. But turned bleak when an Arkansas State Police trooper ran over and killed a gosling while attempting to move the birds off the roadway. And so the video's going, and they're admiring these little animals, and then they notice the cop car to the side starts driving towards them. And the mom immediately is like, wait, what is he doing here? The video, obtained by a Channel 7 viewer, begins with lighthearted chatter as the birds slowly cross the highway. It's always
those funniest videos when they all start all like sunshine and roses. And it just immediately devolves into a horror.
Into teaching your daughter about death.
Oh my God. A beautiful creature. But it was so beautiful and majestic. And those things die the quickest.
Yeah. Is he going to be in heaven now? Animals don't have souls.
Funny thing. Only dogs.
You need to read your Bible, little girl. The state trooper, only identified by license plate A75, is sitting on the left shoulder as the gaggle of geese make their way across U.S. Highway 57 between Cabot and Jacksonville. As they cross to the right shoulder, the trooper is seen exiting the left shoulder, turning on his sirens and speeding up toward the gaggle, and eventually running over a gosling. The witness to the incident tells KATV that shortly after the video ended, the trooper reversed and struck the second gosling. They also told KATV that the two adults immediately left the road and the trooper drove off. So if you just watch the video, it just looks like the cop wants to fucking kill these little baby birds.
You're talking about from the ladies video?
Yes.
When you watch from the dash cam video, and it's a 6-minute long video, it's horrible.
So tell us about the dash cam.
He's driving. He's like navigating them. He's like, there is a universe where all he had to do was keep doing what he was doing until they were off of the fucking highway, until he found an exit. Because he just slowly pushing them like drive. They were too scared to go into the road because there's high speed cars going. So he was behind them. He would just push further and like navigate them like a herds person, whatever. I don't got the language for
Herder.
Sure. And the herds. I don't know the words. I'm not. Anyway, he's like pushing them, and it's like, okay, all you gotta do, you can keep doing this. Probably next 30 minutes, get these things off the road. But apparently, he gets frustrated and just runs the animals over, and it's like like from the front, from this angle. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. It's one of those.
It is. That's
things.
why, look, if you're very sensitive to animal dying, don't watch the video I'm describing.
I could not make it through. I was like, I've seen a lot.
There is a comedic aspect to it that for me is impossible to ignore.
The innocence of a child.
Well, yeah, they're so excited to see the little baby birds, and then it ends with
Jesus Christ, man!
Yeah, that's our tax dollars at work.
And it's just like every interaction with these people has to end in death. Something has to die.
Yeah.
And a simple, let's get these animals off of the road. I know how. Send them to heaven.
Yeah.
Well, they don't go.
Cop gets out, plants some marijuana on the baby, geese.
RFK Jr. drives by. Are you gonna eat that? No. Can I use that?
So the obviously this town in the state of Arkansas were horrified and infuriated by these videos that they saw. So I'm going to read from the Arkansas Police Director Mike Hagar posting the following statement on Facebook addressing the obvious concerns with maturity and empathy as a person of authority.
Police chiefs, by the way, they remind me of like rabid fandoms, like because they remind me of like Nicki Minaj fans because they constantly have to defend bullshit, and they just like, okay, so what? He ran over a child geese, and she's still better than Cardi B. It's like, okay, why you got? They just remind me of like they have to defend so much dumb bullshit, and they have to take the stance of the stupidest thing in the way. Can't just come out and be like, that was wrong. Probably were 1,000 other things that we could have done there. No, they have to be like, well, what else? I'll let you read, but I just.
All right. Yes, I have seen the Goose Pics video. I don't like seeing that any more than any other decent human being.
Me, when I saw the Diddy sex tape this morning, it dropped. I'm sorry.
You know what I dislike more? In June 2017, 3 generations of a family, grandmother, mother, and infant baby girl, were hit in the rear on Interstate 40 at Mayflower. In one heartbeat, 3 generations were gone. Why? Because they slowed down unexpectedly on the interstate and were struck in the rear by an SUV traveling at a normal interstate speed. I was the Troop A commander at the time. The scene was nothing short of horrific. I promise you, all caps, there is not a trooper, police officer, deputy, EMS worker, record driver, coroner, anyone that responded to that scene that has ever forgotten it. I attended their funerals a few days later. The family had one service, open caskets. The baby was lying on the mother's chest. That's how they were buried. Grandmother next to them. Talk to a trooper that has worked for any length of time, and they can share a similar story that happened in an almost identical circumstance. Maybe not the number of fatalities, but the contributing factor of the crash and the death or horrific injury that resulted. There is nothing quite as dangerous as the interstate slowing or stopping unexpectedly. You know what happens when wildlife gets on? And again, these are just people who are upset that a cop killed a duckling, and this is the response. You know what happens when wildlife gets on the interstate? People are caught off guard, swerve in an attempt to avoid the animal and crash. Or a scenario like this plays out and people slow stop, take pics, slow, stop, take pics and videos of the cute scene unfolding in front of them, completely unaware of the imminent danger to the motorists approaching from behind who have no warning that traffic has stopped. In this situation, the trooper tried for 26 minutes, to get these geese off the interstate. He called for game and fish. They weren't available. He exhausted his known options. Not really a game plan for this scenario. He even assisted Good Samaritans, who also stopped to help. He had actually been instructed to shoot the birds and then immediately...
Don't worry, guys. I got this. No, don't worry.
He was immediately instructed to shoot the birds upon arrival, but because that's what was safest for the humans, again, all caps involved, whether they knew they were involved or not. He tried his best to point to the point we would have had trouble explaining the decision had a motorist been injured as a result. I'm very thankful that wasn't the case.
He in this story makes a case for why what the cop did was fucking horrible. He's saying people, when they see animals on the road, they instinctively, because they're not fucking psychopaths, swerve out of the way to hit an animal. Meanwhile, this guy's like, I'll just fucking hit it. I'll just hit the animal. Y'all are swerving out of the way because you want to protect the animal's life. What if I just fucking hit it? Like, it just... He's saying in the story why people's instinct is to move out of the way.
To me, it's just like, look, obviously people are going to be upset with that video. It's an insane video. It just looks like the trooper intentionally went and killed two little things. So, like, why not just, like, post a thing and be like, hey, look, I know y'all are upset. That sucks. But we got to do what we got to do to keep the road clean, rather than literally yelling at the entire public. Because, look, I'm just going to read the ending of here. I'm thankful that wasn't the case. This is a classic example of a lose-lose scenario. Now, people are spewing hate, calling for the trooper's head. Hard to imagine why good people wouldn't want to enter the field of law enforcement and subject themselves to this type of public scrutiny on a daily basis. The people in the bleachers away always have it figured out. They could execute the game plan so much better than the players on the field. Just ask them! Exclamation marks, multiple.
Go Knicks. All right, I'm back on the side.
Life isn't always fair, and it isn't always pretty. The real world doesn't always come with a storybook ending. We will proudly choose human life over waterfowl. In a few months, people from all over the world will pay big money to travel to Arkansas from all over the world to kill geese.
What?
Hunting. The Arkansas economy will boom from it. Stories will be told, celebrations will be had, their carcasses taken home to be stuffed and displayed on the wall. This guy's a pretty good writer. But off with the trooper's head for choosing human life over theirs. This sucks. We all hate it. But come on, folks. We have to be adults sometimes. P.S. Remind your kids and spouse that if they ever have an animal run out in front of them on the highway, hit it.
He's like,
having a significant crash while trying to avoid it, putting their own life in danger, is a nonsensical option. The options suck, but there's only one logical choice.
Yeah, if you guys, when those people come in a few months, are they going to be hunting the geese with their Ford Wranglers? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That just...
Also, I looked it up. You do very minimal research. Animal experts do not say that if you see an animal on the road in front of you, just hit it. He says it like this is some sort of established consensus. It is not. It is not. There's a lot of nuance there. Yes, it is bad to swerve and try to crash. Yes, it's dangerous to slow down and stop on the highway. But it's kind of a case-by-case thing. It's not this blanket, just fucking run them down with glee.
He's literally like, the only crime here was that he killed that geese during rabbit season. It's duck season. Damn. Listen, I understand you need to get the geese off the road because you don't want nobody hurt. But it was such a jarring, traumatic video to watch. I'm just like, fuck this nigga. You couldn't do anything else, bro. That shit is crazy.
I mean, try to get out of the car.
Didn't even try to get out of the car at all. Didn't even try. And like,
but why reverse? That's the other thing. The reverse back.
Gotta make sure.
That's gotta be.
I've seen horror movies. They get back up.
Yeah.
Just gotta reverse it.
Yeah.
Run them over. Yeah. Damn.
So
I want some duck confito right now. Not gonna lie. This story, I'm like, damn.
Ashton's hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a French restaurant.
Yeah. So horrifying / hilarious video.
And it's like,
and equally horrifying and hilarious reaction from
no level where I agree with this cop. I will say it's like, I'm glad goddamn, I didn't want nothing to die. It's just that video. If it was a horror story, that shit was him creeping up, knowing he was gonna run it over. I couldn't watch all of it. I was like, it's like a stalker watching his prey from the car video, and it's just like,
well, look, it's a good example.
Of the darkest shit I've ever seen.
It's a great example of like our ridiculous and stupid reliance on the police to do everything, right? Like,
well, they said the game people weren't. They called the wildlife.
Yeah, exactly. And like our overfunding of the police, our underfunding of everything else, this like myth we have that, you just call 911 and someone will come and fix the situation. It's like just simply not true. Yeah. This guy's poor cop. He's just like any one of our dumbasses out there trying to figure out what to do in the situation. And he killed 2 ducks, ran them over, traumatized a little girl for the rest of her poor little life.
I don't even support AI, but I feel like you could have easily chat GPT a couple of
definitely could have chat GPT this Facebook post. That is for sure. Hey, chat, can you update this or can you edit this? Chat will be like
warmer language, less. Yeah, make me sound human. He got to go to the robot.
Yeah, well, he asked for some edits, and the chat's like, "Are you sure you want to post this?" How about leading with
chat GPT? You hear that?
Runs over a data center. Crashes into a data center.
God damn. All right.
But yeah, shout out to Jacksonville, Arkansas. Sorry about that video.
We're going to go to a less fun story, even though I honestly did not have a lot of fun with that last story, just because the body cam video. This guy was
maybe I had too much fun.
Yeah, this nigga had a little bit. We saw 2 different angles.
We did.
He saw the fun angle. I saw the fucking...
Mine was not fun either. Mine was not fun either.
Saw the fucking obsession version, or the fucking backrooms version of this goddamn movie or video, whatever.
But wait, before we dive into this New York Times article, let's just do like a quick little... I want to do a little prelude because it's going to be... New York Times just came out with this deep dive on post Uvalde, Texas. And I was actually sitting just earlier this week, I was sitting with a friend and he mentioned offhandedly that like all the like Texas actually passed some reasonable, significant gun control measures after Uvalde. And I was like, no, the fuck they didn't. No, he was like, yeah, they did. I could have sworn that. I was like, no, they didn't. I don't know what you're confusing this with, but I'm from Texas. They did not do that shit at all, famously. And so we looked it up and he was like, oh, shit. Yeah. They did, yeah.
Actually, they got much worse.
It did. And just like with like, something similar happened in Tennessee, I believe, where they had a mass shooting or school shootings, and instead, these Southern politicians, it's political suicide for them to invoke any sort of inkling of a reasonable gun control measure, but they have to do something. So, but then whatever they do is ass backwards. With Tennessee, it involved more police in schools, and yeah, that was what we did in Texas. Was after Uvalde, new legislation, nothing to do with mental health, nothing to do with access to guns. It was let's get cops in every single school in Texas. And so now New York Times has done, I can't even say a deep dive because all this information the police won't generally hand over. So it is an attempt at a deep dive. Yeah. It's a New York Times analyzing what little data they could find to see what has happened now that every single school in Texas has cops in them.
Yeah. Having cops in schools is like showing all the kids in ISS, this is you. This will be you in the future.
Yeah.
The dumbest of you, this is where you'll be back. All right. Yeah. You never leave, actually. So, but we'll get started. Texas via New York Times. Texas school police pepper sprayed, tackled, and tasered students. Since the massacre at Robb Elementary in Uvalde in 2022, school districts across Texas have spent billions of dollars to station police officers on every campus in the state. The effort, the most ambitious in the nation, was intended to protect students from similar tragedies. But the constant presence of officers has transformed the way many public schools manage discipline, subjecting students to heavy-handed police tactics for behavior that once would have landed them only in the principal's office. The New York Times and the San Antonio Express News found, imagine getting fucking suplexed by a cop because you're out of uniform.
Yeah.
Does that skirt go past? Put your hands down. Does that skirt go past your hands?
I mean, you're joking, but quite literally, like, I recommend the listeners read this entire article. It's very long. We only included some snippets of it for time and length, but interactions with police officers. So we know police officers don't understand how to de-escalate. They only understand how to escalate. They operate with their ego, right? When you're a teacher, when you're at a school, that's a big part of your job is to set your ego aside. You are not there to take it personally, even if you do get like horribly insulted by a teenager. Like, I'm a former teacher. That shit happens. It's part of your job to be like, oh yeah, my job is to take care of children right now.
And even when you're hanging out with children, you have to employ a level of like, this is a kid.
Yes.
I'm talking to a kid here.
Yeah. Police, they got none of that. They operate with their ego. They only operate in escalation, not de-escalation. They are constantly ready to go on a power trip. So yes, minor disciplinary issues like your joke, like uniform thing, or just like whatever thing you could imagine. That's where the interaction will start. And if a kid is having a bad day and throws some shit at the cop like they would throw a teacher, well, now the cop is going to respond not like a teacher, not like a school official, not like someone who should be around kids, but like a fucking cop who's out on the beat and beats the shit out of this kid. We're talking about punching. We're talking about slamming. We're talking about tasing. We're talking about putting a 10-year-old kid with autism in a hog tie, handcuffs, and handcuffed feet. Like, instances and instances of outright violence at the hands of police. Because what else are fucking police going to do at schools?
Yeah, no, they're not going to, get on one knee and give them a lesson and be like, hey, kids, violence is wrong. No, they're going to beat the fuck. They're going to treat these kids like they're like Miami drunk fucking frat boys. Just fuck them up. But I'll continue. But the constant presence of officers has transformed the way many public schools manage discipline, subjecting students to heavy-handed police tactics for behaviors that once would have landed them only in the principal's office. The New York Times and the San Antonio Express News found officers in Texas displayed startling belligerence at times, grabbing or tackling students of a fraction of their size over misconduct that often appeared to be minor. Children in elementary school, included one as young as 6, were handcuffed. Teenagers were arrested, charged with crimes, and even jailed in the most extreme cases. They wound up in hospitals, bruised or concussed after being body slammed or shocked by tasers, which are prohibited in the state's juvenile detention facilities, but allowed in public schools. Damn, so weapons that they don't even have in juvenile detention centers are in schools and being deployed on regular student body. That's literally okay. There is no comprehensive record of use of force incidents across the more than 1,000 public school districts in Texas. Many districts and police agencies declined to disclose their data to our journalists. Others did not respond to public records requests. More than 200 provided some information, but in most cases, it was limited. Still, by examining even the small share of records, our reporters identified more than 2,600 use of force incidents that occurred from January 2022 through December 2025. About 450 of those infractions were described in detailed reports, which we reviewed. We also watched video footage from over 24 encounters. The records provide a first of its kind look at how Texas' initiative around school policing has played out in districts large and small, urban and rural. So they're basically like, we only took a small sample size, and it's massive violence, a wave of violence occurring in schools thanks to the cowardice of police at Uvalde. That's
exactly. So we don't have to keep reading because it's, it goes into a lot of detail over all this stuff that you could easily imagine on your own. But you exactly nailed it here. I mean, like, the absolute absurdity of America. Like, there is no other country that has this epidemic of mass shootings. There's not a country that is at our level of development that has this easy access to guns. It is such an easy thing to wrap your mind around, like what the issue possibly could be. There's no other country that's as developed as ours that has police killing 1,100 people a year. And then
like when you look at the next 3 countries, it's like Canada and Mexico, and they're just hundreds of.
Well, Mexico probably up there, but yeah, Canada is probably at like.
I think I looked it up like 2 weeks ago. Mexico is up there. Like it is literally Canada and Mexico.
Are you talking about police killing people?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we
can look it up. Mexico's they do have a high. I think they have like a higher rate, and then the next one is Canada, but it's still
much lower,
incredibly lower,
which is crazy to think about. Like the way we are programmed to think about Mexican like society, and the cartel and gun violence.
Literally, why I looked it up, I was like, oh, because in my mind, like, they have to kill the cartel, and then the Mexican police force is probably like bought out by the cartel, and they're just running rampant. And I saw the numbers, I was like, I mean, it's high, but it ain't nowhere near America. And it's just funny that they get the fucking Sicario, negative press behind it, and meanwhile here in America, we literally have police force fucking kids up.
Yes, and I want to just like highlight the absolute absurdity of how just dumb this is on a face value. Like Uvalde was a situation where all these children and 2 teachers were killed when the police were there. Mm-hmm. The police, like, it's not like it's so stupid. Like, it was an absolute failure of the police. That's what it's famous for. The police were there for 70 minutes, didn't do shit, did not confront this kid. Yeah. And this horrible tragedy that is coupled with this absolute failure of the police, this what should be a disillusioning of Texans, that the police are really gonna are the answer to these problems. What is our Texas politicians' response? Cops in schools. Yeah. The same cops who fucking failed. How is this, like, it's beyond illogical in the first place, but the fact that it is in response to Uvalde makes like less than 0 sense. It makes negative sense.
It would make more sense to deploy the parents of Uvalde who ran into the buildings to protect their kids. It would make more sense to put them in schools than actual cops, because at least they actually tried to stop the fucking shooter. Yeah, no.
All the Uvalde cops did was stop the parents from running up in and trying to
go in and
save their own kids. So this New York Times article, they did a lot of great work analyzing what data they were able to get their hands of. But, New York Times, being the liberal New York Times, they don't really provide any sort of possible solutions. And if the liberals are providing solutions, it's all like nitpicky, reformy. The answer is simple: get police out of schools. There's no reason to have cops in schools. And your initial instinct, well, don't we need people to protect? Yes. Easily just have hired armed security that are trained, that have adequate training to deal with children, and know that they have no business doing anything disciplinarian unless there is a kid with a gun who's going to shoot the place up. There's no reason to have these psycho cops who, every episode we go through the headline roundup of cops being creepy with children, and 2, why do we need this portal into the prison system, which is the police, at all of our schools in America? Our schools that, just like so many other parts of American public society, are underfunded and failing. So what do? Just like in other parts of public society, we throw cops in there to jail and enact violence upon victims in our society that need help, that need to be pulled up rather than beat up, handcuffed, tased, and thrown into cages.
Yeah, and schools are supposed to be like these like cocoons for kids to develop in a safe place where they can make mistakes and be not next to the just policing and like you're allowed to make mistakes in schools, and that's why when we let them out, then they make mistakes and go to jail. But you're already like introducing them to jail immediately. They don't even get that opportunity to make the mistake that would. I mean, I was doing crazy shit when I was like crazy shit, but shit that if a cop saw, I would definitely be in jail. And I'm glad I had like mentors and people pulling me in. You should do this program. You should do this program.
It undermines the whole concept of what a child is in the first place. Like, what is a child if we are going to throw them in cages like we do adults, right? Like, what is it? What does that mean? Is it just simply a number? It's not. We have all these protections for children in our society because we collectively as humans understand that they need to be protected because they are vulnerable and innocent. And the fact that we have cops in there beating them up, handcuffing them, and throwing them in jail is saying that we don't even believe in the concept of children in the first place.
And I'm not saying kids don't deserve to be fucked up. They do. But I think
by Ashton.
Yes. If there is going to be someone allowed to fuck, we should designate one guy to fuck up kids.
Yeah. I believe in the Ashton policy when it comes to our
because
youth.
At least I'll have some discretion at some point. I'll be like, all right, he's had enough.
You good?
You straight? You straight? Get up. I ain't go that hard. Like, you crying for no reason. But cops in school, offers no protection. That's like wearing a condom with holes in it. It's just no protection. And that condom gives you gonorrhea instead.
There you go.
Not only do you not get any protection, you also already have gonorrhea. But
what kind of condom is that? It's gonorrhea condom.
Gonorrhea.
Oh, why?
But it's a Magnum. No, I got 5 kids on the way, actually. Every part of my dick itches. But, yeah.
Yeah, so, good.
The only thing we can do now is just teach these kids to fight. Hey, man, that cop square up on you, nigga. Square up back, nigga. I ain't know what to tell you no more, dog. We're in the wild, wild west now. Cops is fucking up kids. I don't even know.
Yeah, I would say don't square up to a cop.
Sure.
Maybe slight disagreement between me and Ashton there, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
He's Professor X, I'm Magneto. We got different philosophies.
That's true. Yeah.
I say fuck him, fight back, Nick.
Yeah.
Grab the gun. Don't. All right. Don't
like Magneto would just be able to take the gun out of his. Just do like what Magneto could do, just without the superpowers.
Stop the bullet.
Stop the bullet. Yeah. Don't listen to Ashton.
Yeah,
that's our policy on our podcast.
We're gonna move on. Actually,
we're gonna move on. Yeah. So now we're going. This is a viral video you might have seen this week. This story is coming from Newport News, which is the town. It's the name of the town. It's called Newport News. It's like, okay,
is that where the fucking
town is
it's nothing but black men smoking.
Yeah. Newport News. Breaking news. Cigarettes are good.
No, Newport News. It's just the nigga smoking. Yeah, I seen that shit. Let me tell you what happened. It was 3 bitches. It was all fighting. It's just my dad. It's just my dad. Yeah, I thought it lasted as long as his cigarette. Newport News. It lasted as long as the cigarette. Yeah.
Wow. Well, if this podcast doesn't work out, we figured out our next venture. Newport News. All right, Newport News, Virginia. Sorry about your hilarious name of your town.
I think I got a new Instagram video I'm making. New TikTok alert.
Reading here from WKTR. NNPD chief defends officer in viral video, details why he pointed gun at SUV. So a lot of y'all might have seen this video circulating. It seemed like a white cop out on the street pointing a gun at a car full of what seemed like black teenagers, and a woman who does seem to be also a high school, a young girl, was bravely putting the camera to the cop and asking him, "What the fuck are you doing right now?"
She said some gangsta ass shit in that video.
Whoever is the parents of this girl should be very proud. Yeah. I mean, that was very brave. And
she did. She's like, 2 people died tonight. I was like, oh no, girl, bring your ass back. Come back.
Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew addressed a video circulating online showing a police officer pointing his gun at an SUV and its driver over the weekend at City Center.
It looked like some hater shit too, because the SUV was nice. It was
Yeah.
a nice little SUV, little not to spoil the story. It was like black kid coming from prom. Just cop looked like a fucking hater.
Kids having, again, if the theme of our episode is about cops and students or cops and children, it's that get them the fuck away, because yeah, these are clearly kids who are having fun on prom. Now, kids having fun on prom night, driving around the city, yes, there is cause for, like, you know, let's be safe out there.
Sure, yes.
But in what world are you pulling a gun out on these kids in tuxedos and prom dresses?
Now it's actually like you.
You got a gun out, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
This is why you can't have cops at schools, because, like, dude, if you're a teacher, you've all had that moment where, like, oh shit, like, my authority, like, in this moment is crumbling. The kids are mutinizing. Like, what do I do? Oh, I use all my tools and learning I've done as a teacher. But cops just like, gun time. All right, you're not listening. I know what'll make you listen.
Up and pole. Don't up pole. I see 5 kids. I'm scared, nigga. I'm up and pole.
Yeah, exactly. So the video in question was taken by Sumya Tate. Sumya, apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. A 17-year-old high school senior. Tate posted part of the video on Facebook, where it has been viewed thousands of times. She spoke with News 3 with her mother's permission. Tate says people gathered at City Center at around 2 a.m. Sunday following a high school prom in Hampton. Her video shows the officer telling the driver to stop the SUV. In the video, Tate can be heard asking for the officer's identity. What is your badge number? What is your badge number? Tate says, back up, the officer responded. During the press conference on Tuesday, Drew said there is more context. So, yeah, that's the chief over here. Police Chief Drew said there is more context to the video that needed to be explained. He stated that police received reports of teens driving around city garages at 2 a.m. on Sunday, past the city's 11 p.m. curfew for minors. He further described the scene on Sunday: 30 or 40 vehicles with 3, 4, 2, 5 individuals that are riding on cars, that are sitting on top of cars, sitting and falling into the sunroof of a car, dancing on top of a vehicle, hanging out of all 4 windows.
They're just having fun after prom. They're at the after prom meetup in a parking lot.
Yes.
Kids who don't, they're kids. So
Yes.
freedom is like, they get that first fresh breath air of like, oh my God, I'm out late right now. It's prom night.
You watch the surveillance video from the garage. It's like, yeah, they are hanging out the windows. They're dancing. Is it a cause of concern? Yes,
of
right?
course, yeah.
They're in cars. That's not safe. But is it a reason to point guns at children? Like, you know, no is the answer. And so now he gets to the part that is always funny of cops. Now he's going to start justifying. Again, what is he justifying? Pointing guns at these kids.
I'm saying these are like, it's crazy when cops have to justify the behavior of like the other cops. They always sound like
so here's what he says: music, yelling, ranting, much like you would have at a party.
Just general jigabooetry. He almost sounded like Uncle Ruckus. Music.
Yeah, which none of these are crimes.
Yeah.
Music, all right. This ain't fucking Footloose, bro. Like,
ranting?
Yeah, yelling, ranting.
Someone was giving their opinion. Ranting? Yeah, just violent rants.
Yeah. Officers smelled marijuana in the air. All right, again, no need for anyone to be threatening to kill someone.
And it's weed, bro.
Yes.
It's 2026,
Yes.
okay? Yeah, kids shouldn't be doing fucking drugs. Also, if we're doing moral equivalencies, kids shouldn't do drugs. Cops shouldn't pull guns out on fucking kids.
Yeah. Let's another point. I'm just realizing, like, there's like a group of people. You're not going to find a group of people more obviously children than a bunch of kids who are done with prom.
Yes.
It is so you immediately like, oh, prom.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of children.
Dresses.
Yes,
Suits.
Tuxedos.
Okay.
Having a good time, like literally.
Glad
joy.
you're wearing that.
It's literally joyous.
Get on your knees now.
The police went on to say that vehicles moved to the Ferguson garage where an officer came in contact with them. So this is where you can watch the surveillance footage. Video taken from the garage surveillance cameras was later showed at the press conference to contextualize the incident. Teens were seen driving around and dancing in and out of the vehicles. An officer is seen being almost hit by a car exiting the garage. Quote, I don't want people to think that an officer got out of his vehicle, saw a dark-colored vehicle with tinted windows, and walks up and pulls a firearm out. That just didn't happen. Now, pause on this article, because if you watch the video, no car was about to fucking hit the cop. This is another thing, cops are always thinking cars about to fucking hit them. Yeah. Like, cars can't move the way that cops would wish they could, so they could justify all this crazy shit they do when people are in cars. Every single time where a cop kills someone that was driving away, oh, they almost nearly hit me. And it's like, first of all, even if it did nearly hit you, are you going to kill them?
Yeah.
Are you going to murder them because they nearly might have hit you? You're not allowed to do that as a cop.
Yeah.
You might want to kill someone who nearly hit you, whether on accident or on purpose. But guess what? You don't get to be the punisher. Yeah. You are an agent of the state. Your job is to enforce the law. But most of the times, they're nowhere near getting hit by a car, and this is yet another example of that.
If you watch the distance in between, like how much distance is between the cop and the SUV, there's a whole nother SUV level of distance in between the cop. So it's like doesn't make any sense from their story.
So yeah, we'll update y'all at like where this story goes, but just more absolute psychopathy when it comes to cops and children.
It's like when they're not molesting them,
Yeah.
They're fucking trying to murder them.
Yeah.
And it's like, God damn, dude. He treats these kids like, oh, it's 11 o'clock. Kids aren't fucking Furbies, bro. They're not, or what are those things that gremlins after midnight, don't feed them or whatever the fuck.
I don't know.
Turn into, it's like after midnight they turn into fucking gremlins and then you have to execute. That's the only way you can get rid of them at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And can't ignore the racial aspect of it as well. And I'll also mention, going back to the New York Times, if you looked at the videos they posted in that article, there is a racial pattern there as well that the article doesn't really go into, but it's obvious.
When you watch the video, it's just like he just pulls out a gun and she's like, "What the fuck?" Everybody's like, "Why is there a gun now out here?" Like everybody's like, the exact reaction you should have when a gun gets pulled out. It's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That's why the little girl, Samaya, whatever her name is, she's like, the reasonable reaction that everyone feels like, okay, you gonna have to kill. She's like, you have to kill me too. I was like, hey, girl, chill. But I understand the spirit. But yeah, it's just obviously it harkens back to those like racial ass feelings of like, I don't care, you black, I'm gonna shoot you. I feel like you're in danger. You shouldn't be on the streets. They don't care about black lives. So that's why he felt so comfortable pulling out the blicky.
But yeah, shout out to that girl.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. We're going to Clant County, Pennsylvania via 2021 News. Yes, that is 21 Savage's news organization.
Wow, a lot of great. We got Newport News. We got 21 Savage News.
This is nice.
All the words that are shared about the landscape of today's media. I don't think it's so bad.
But former PA sheriff's deputy must do rehab program after doing what? Simply hitting a few kids with a car. That's all. It's like former PA sheriff's deputy must do rehab program after hitting kids with car. A former sheriff's deputy will not face any criminal consequences after he was caught on camera hitting 2 kids with his car, court records show.
By the way, another video you could watch, hard watch, but he fucking hits these little kids with his car hard. They go flying.
The fact that it says they fly, anytime you use the word fly, it says fly in the article too.
It does, yeah.
Which is He had to have hit. I did not watch
did.
it. I give myself 3 tokens of whenever
Yeah,
we have.
you never have to watch any of these videos.
Well, no, I do because I want to come in here informed. But there's something I'm like, all right, I don't need to see 2 kids get hit by a goddamn car. All right. Sometimes I make the decision for myself.
There's not a version of it where you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Well, I got to investigate. I got to see the context of hitting children with these cars. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
You don't have to watch it.
And it was after the duck one. I was like, I'm not watching anything else.
Sure. Yeah.
The duck. I couldn't handle the duck, so I damn sure wasn't about to handle watching 2
Now we're going to Chinatown. We're eating duck tonight, bro.
I'm definitely eating. I'm not kidding when I say I want a little duck.
All right.
You guys should try duck confit. It's really good. But I don't know if you guys. Anyway. The wreck happened November 18th, 2025, as Manda Haynes and her children were using a crosswalk near the intersection of East Church Street and North J Street in Lock Haven, according to court documents. But as the trio was crossing the road, Gunnar Vucolo, 23, hit Haynes' 2 children, sending them flying across the road. In a roughly 1-minute video, Haynes can be seen confronting Vucolo, who exited the car after the accident. He then appears to make a phone call before the video ends.
Oh, and let me mention, in the article, they said they use the word confronting. Mm-hmm. Shout out to this article, because in reality, in the video, she starts punching this dude in the head, which is awesome. Yeah, you just
I'm
hit.
Sorry. Is he doing anything?
No,
like, I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't.
She's just wailing on him. Because, you literally say her children, hit her kids with a fucking car.
Well, what was he doing?
The mom's going to punch. He just, exactly what he described.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I mean, sorry for those kids. But, yes.
And the kids are okay. They didn't die or anything.
Like,
they immediately got up.
Okay.
Obviously, they got hit by a car. They were injured. But thankfully, this is not an incident of a fatal collision.
When Vucolo's affidavit while Vucolo's affidavit has not been released with the cause of the crash, Haynes posted the video of what happened on Facebook, saying the emotional impact on our family is profound and ongoing. What happened has changed our sense of safety and trust, which of course it does. Even if you don't fuck with cops before that, having your children hit, the most vulnerable people in society hit by it's I can't even imagine what that mom must have fucking felt and went through. CBS 21 confirmed Vucolo was a deputy. You know, that's their favorite thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even work with us no more because you fired him after you did this. So you can they love to be like former deputy.
Well, this part actually is funny. So keep reading on
CBS
on this.
21 confirmed Vucolo was a deputy with the Clinton County Sheriff's Office when the accident happened, but the department made it clear he was not on duty. I don't know why I forgot that part. This was just I forgot that part of this article. Yeah. Oh my God. Gunnar Vucolo, nigga just hit him with his fucking Toyota. That's what makes
you do what you love. You don't got to work a day in your life.
That makes the most sense to me because I'm like, how did she get away with hitting this cop? Because even if the same,
I would say I don't know. I was about to say even if you were in uniform, you should just take those punches. That's why I didn't finish that thought because I was like, actually,
I believe they would have added assault charges to this woman if he was in uniform, and it would have been.
I had to make a split-second decision.
Those kids, they were gonna kill me if I didn't kill them. Yeah. Yes, Gunnar Vucolo was employed here at the time of the accident. However, he was not working on the clock or even driving a county-owned vehicle during this incident. Sheriff Kerry Stover told CBS 21, according to the Clinton County Board of Commission's agendas, Vucolo's termination from the department was approved March 26th. CBS 21 asked Stover if the crash was related to his termination. Stover said that wasn't a factor.
Makes it worse. It makes it worse. Because they're trying to be like, look, it's not that big of a deal. All right, no, we didn't fire him because of that. Because then that's like any admission of guilt. Yeah, they're like, no, we didn't fire him that. But that makes it worse.
If we fire him, then we got to fire every cop who's hit some 8-year-olds.
Yeah. 8-year-olds while they're dangerously crossing the road on the crosswalk.
Yeah. Nah. Nah, we fired him for some other shit. He was.
You don't even want to know that we fired him for. Oh, man. You better be lucky that shit's not out.
Nick kept eating my lunch after I told him to stop eating my lunch.
Newport News would be all over us if they knew.
Let me tell you about these goddamn crackers. Vucolo's terminated. Wasn't related to his termination. Stover said that wasn't a factor. He was actually on administrative desk duty until he had the opportunity to test for the Deputy Sheriff Training Academy. I did not terminate him at all for any reason. He failed to meet the Deputy Sheriff's Training Academy criteria and therefore could not become a state-certified deputy. By state mandate, due to his failure to become a state-certified deputy within the required time frame, he had to submit his resignation, which I had to accept. That's why they didn't stand by this nigga. He didn't even fully commit the program. They was like, oh, no, you ain't even.
He fucking sped run being a cop. he get his whole career. All right, I'm done. All right, now what?
Sped ran right into 2 kids.
All right, I guess I'll join the military.
Well. But Vucolo was later charged with reckless driving, careless driving, 4 counts of reckless endangerment, and other related traffic offenses. What about attempted murder of children? On April 28th, court records revealed he was given ARD for all charges. I don't know what that means.
It's right there.
A rehabilitative program.
That's usually only issued to first-time offenders.
Sorry, it literally was right there, and it made me laugh. I don't know. I couldn't possibly. I swear I did read this article. I'm not kidding. I don't know why.
So yeah, there was originally charges, but they were all dropped for him to take. Remember, a rehab program.
He had to recover.
Rehab is something you do if you can't stop. Exactly. Sounds like he's addicted to hitting kids with his cars. He gets what's it called when you walk in, all your family and friends are waiting for you?
Intervention.
He has an intervention.
It's him and just 8 kids in wheelchairs and cats.
He's like, they're like, we want to talk. He's like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I got my thing, you got your thing. All right. I like to hit kids with my cars on the weekends. Is that so wrong? We all gotta relax.
Those kids just learned to walk. Well, they're about to have to relearn how to walk. I'm sorry. But, yeah, for Haynes, she said her anger is tough to put in words, of course. Deputy Vucolo, you don't have kids, do you? As a parent, I don't even think you have to have kids to feel the empathy to say you shouldn't hit them with your vehicle. Yeah. As a parent, this is something only parents would have to understand. Don't hit my kids with a car.
Before I had my own child, I used to run over children. I used to run over children every weekend.
You know
I had to go to rehab for that. I was addicted, like so many other Americans. I was addicted to running over children with
10
my car.
Cops and running over homeless people, kids. Sorry. But
Last line.
As a parent, all you ever wanted to do is protect your children. That's your job, she posted. The little girl you hit, her name is Raylyn. Raylyn used to want to be a cop when she grew up. Now she's terrified of law enforcement and no longer wants to be one. Well, Raylyn, I'm glad. I wish there was something else happened.
There could have been. Yeah. She could have just naturally gotten a little bit older, learned about the world, developed her own political ideology.
I wish there wasn't a dramatic event in your life to make this so cut and dry for you. Because I feel like if that would have never happened, you probably would have ended up like most normal human beings.
Or maybe just a more normal negative interaction with the police that a lot of us have.
Your mom should have left that part out of the thing. I think maybe she probably lied and just like really stuck it. You know what?
She wanted to be a cop.
Yeah, she almost looked up to you.
She wanted to be an off-duty cop who drives a red Corolla. She wanted to go through training and then not get hired because she failed. That was her dream.
She was like, I wanted to be a cop. Then I saw the busted ass car and it wasn't even her getting hit. She just saw his living conditions.
Yeah.
He looked like he was borrowing his mom's car, and I just think there's probably better jobs out there. But sad story. I'm glad that little girl is okay. Yeah. I'm glad she's doing even better by not wanting to be a cop. God damn it, dude. These fucking
And I hope that poor officer wins his battle against addiction at rehab.
It's been 465 days.
Oh. Addiction is a disease. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all are victim blaming over here.
He wakes up out of a blackout, hands on the wheel. Oh God.
He's got a gene. He's got the Grand Theft Auto gene. His dad had. He's predisposed to running over children. You don't understand.
Dude.
So shout out to him in his recovery. Wish him the best.
Yo, our shout outs have gotten progressively worse.
That's okay. Our audience can tell. They can tell.
Yeah,
all right?
we are not shouting out, but shout out him though.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Last little ridiculous story here. So we can take a break. We're done with all the violence against children, which I guess was the theme of our episode.
It's funny because I was so proud of how little child sex abuse material was in it, but
only 2 headlines of child sex abuse material.
Oh wow, it ramped. It didn't even.
Well, sometimes we got 3 or 4. Look, now we're going to Grand Rapids, Michigan, reading from WOOD TV. I hope they go by that and not Wood TV. What are all these news stations?
Newport News is obviously the greatest news station that'll ever.
Yeah.
It's obviously the only news station that should.
This is Newport News doing a collaboration with 21 News to expose Wood TV with all the horrible sexual allegations against them. So Wood TV, I'm gonna say WOOD TV.
Yeah.
Headline: Grand Rapids police officer charged with theft from card shop. A former Grand Rapids officer has been charged after police say he stole thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from a collectible store over the weekend. The burglary alarm system at Johnny Ford's Sports Cards and Memorabilia went off just after midnight Sunday at the location off of Plainfield Avenue near I-96 in Grand Rapids, according to the police department. The store's owner, Timothy Hank, told News 8 that when he got to the scene, the front door windows were busted and about $15,000 to $20,000 worth of merchandise had been stolen. Not long after, Michigan State Police responded to a crash on I-96 and Fulton Street in Grand Rapids Township, where they discovered the stolen memorabilia in the vehicle. Grand Rapids Dispatch informed MSP that the merchandise had just been stolen from Johnny Ford's. Who could have done this horrific and stupid crime? Well, the suspect, identified as former Grand Rapids police officer Brian Casey, was arrested by the Michigan State Police troopers at the scene. Grand Rapids police said the stolen merchandise was returned to the store after being processed, but the store owner told News 8 he has not yet received his merchandise. Okay, it's kind of weird.
That's because Pokemon cards are very valuable.
I mean, yeah, like
maybe that's why all these cops are committing violence against kids right now.
They want their Pokemon cards
out of the vehicle. Got that shit on you. I know you got.
Yeah.
Oh, rare Pikachu.
Yeah. GRPD. So yeah, Grand Rapids Police interviewed Casey, and he had been charged with breaking and entering a building with the intent to commit larceny, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years, according to the Kent County prosecutor. MSP, the state police, told News 8 is reviewing other charges, but is waiting on the results of a blood test first.
Sorry.
Casey resigned from the department on April 1st for personal reasons, the police said. He's expected back in court on June 8th. Hank told News 8 that Casey was a regular customer at the store and even considered him a friend. Damn. He released a statement to News 8 Wednesday, quote, "As a small business with a tight group of employees, this hits us all very hard, not just financially, but personally," the owner wrote. "But with the darkness comes the light. The outpouring of love and support that we have witnessed over the past 3 days has been beyond amazing. Thank you again to Grand Rapids Police and Michigan State Police for their quick response and apprehension of the individual responsible for this incident."
Good God.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on with this fucking guy, but clearly he's fucking robbing Pokemon card stores and then he's crashing his car.
Yeah,
I mean,
what life is he
he's
living?
not in his right mind.
He's not in
Yeah.
a good space.
This was not like a very premeditated. This is not like a
There's
French cat burglar with a knapsack and like
No.
a rope and he's scaling the building.
Yeah, no, this is someone who's clearly on bath salts.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm gonna bite the glass until I get into this card shop. And because that's the thing that always gets me about cops who steal, who do like, they go and they literally do investigations all day.
Yeah.
They literally deal in
So
crime.
they say.
I know.
You know?
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
We are, yeah.
In the sense of like, theoretically, they are handling.
They should know about crime at least.
At my job, I mean, in my old jobs, you should know where the cameras are. This is a guy who knew where the building. This guy, how they fuck up always like amateur criminals, even though they deal in crime and they know where the police are gonna check and how they're gonna like deduce that it's them, and they don't cover those tracks, blows my mind. I'm like, are these people goldfish?
Yeah, I think he was like cracked out of his mind. Like,
there's another element.
That sort of behavior, and it was interesting to me that he went to Pokemon cards.
Well, Pokemon has a massive right now. Pokemon is like Bitcoin.
Yeah,
it is literally,
and they're getting these stores are getting robbed all over the place. Like
yes,
I'm surprised.
No, they are.
You know what's pretty soon. Apparently it hasn't happened yet, but pretty soon Fox News is going to catch wind of this, and this will be like the latest
new
wave of deadly robberies around the country.
Which is why we need.
This is what Democrats want. Mm-hmm. Democrats want your children to be robbed of their blue eyes white dragons.
But we need to put a police officer in every card shop in America.
Yeah. And then we'll be like, actually, it's the cops fucking doing the robbing. Yeah. And they'll be like, damn, you cops, the podcast, not again.
Like, yes, actually, this is my ultimate plan.
Yes. And Ashton Womack from Newport News has his own coverage on the situation.
This nigga stole my Charizard. Nigga,
thank you, Ashton Womack, for the reporting.
These niggas are stealing Charizard. That is it. It's the merger of nerddom and police brutality.
Yeah.
I don't. You think it's the one safe haven. You think it'd be the one place you don't. Ain't nobody at the card shops. The card shops are such innocent little places. There's no crime. People are just playing cards. You get Pokemon. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh player myself.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I couldn't.
We only play skill-based games.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. Fire, water. Look at these.
Yeah. You fucking Pokemon nerds.
Yeah, fucking children's games. This Yu-Gi-Oh, this is a man's card game, all right? Nah, but I wish I would have gotten into Pokemon. That shit is worth so much money right now. Yeah. Getting into Pokemon is like getting into Bitcoin.
You sound like you're about to plan your own heist right now. There's actually a lot of money in there if you think about it.
I do. If I heard about what cards he stole,
Chopper, you want to smoke some bath salts after this?
Oh, I miss card shops. No,
yeah.
If I.
You never got into Magic the Gathering, right?
No,
that's like the real. That's like the.
You want to know
that's
my
the actual game.
Okay, you want to know?
I do.
Okay, I do have a story about karma.
All right.
And about integrity.
Okay.
This is a story. This is where I learned about karma, and it's why I'm so what's the word? Anti-stealing.
Okay.
In anything, in comedy, in like your own stuff, because karma. When I was a kid, I was the best Yu-Gi-Oh player in my fucking school.
Wow.
It was all I had.
Yeah.
It was the only thing I had. I was the best Yu-Gi-Oh. I was like, I held it. How did I become?
What'd you get? What'd you have in your deck?
Okay, well, first I start off with a regular Dark Magician deck.
Yeah, that's a cool looking card.
I got that for my birthday. And all my friends on my birthday, I'll never forget, we were at the card shop. They all got me a Blue Eyes each. And
what?
Like, this was when Blue Eyes, having a Blue Eyes was crazy. Yeah. They each gave, the three-headed Blue Eyes had just came out on the anime. And so they each got me a Blue Eyes White Dragon. It made my deck stronger.
Holy shit. They're good friends.
They were. And I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid. Because I would play at the card shops, but I had no money. None whatsoever. And to even buy booster packs, to buy anything, I just was stuck with my standardized deck. So How did I get a really good deck?
Tom, do a real booster pack.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it wasn't stealing from the.
Well, unfortunately, anyway, back to my crimes I committed as a child.
What happened was I would battle kids for their cards, which was like seen as a bad thing to do at the card shops. You're not supposed to battle other people for cards, even though people were doing it. That was like one taboo thing that I would do. The other taboo thing I would do was steal.
That is taboo. That is a lot of pockets of American society, even today, consider theft taboo.
I became so powerful.
Oh my God.
So my deck became. I had everything. Yatagaratsu.
You were an evil Yu-Gi-Oh player.
I was.
You were the villain of Yu-Gi-Oh at your school. Bro, oh my God!
I was destroying niggas.
You were the OKC Thunder,
and I was like, battle me for your cards, and with my fucking steroided out fucking evil deck.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
and. Well, the point of the story is I was like really good for like 2 years, honestly. This lasted. And one of my best friends, my next door neighbor, is another hood ass kid. His name was like Donnell or some shit like that. He would always stay at my house. We would always go swimming. We'd always just go do shit together. He was like just a hood ass kid too, but his deck was nowhere near. He just had a regular ass deck. But he loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And he came over to my house one day and he stole my cards. And we got to this big fight. We got to do a real fight. His mom came over. She's like, "Where's his cards?" And like he stole my cards.
Yeah.
And so I immediately, all these cards I stole got stolen from me. And I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And that shit immediately, I could not play Yu-Gi-Oh! No more. I couldn't even participate. I was like, So
he just stole them. You didn't get them back.
No, we just weren't friends anymore. And obviously, I was like, that moment stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
Because I was like...
Well, he used your pioneered strategy against you.
I never thought that would...
Why would this happen to me? Why, God? Why?
Is this how this feels?
It's not fair.
But what it left me with was this lasting ethical... I was like, it's fucked up what I did. And I was like,
You're like, one day I'm going to be a cop.
No. Well, all of 8th grade, everybody was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just was out of it. And weirdly enough, I didn't feel bad for myself. What I felt was the remnants of me remembering I stole all those cards from people.
You felt the guilt finally came. The high of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Power wear it off.
And it made me think, like, if you want to do literally why I come into comedy with what I deem as my integrity. I don't want to use nobody. If it's a tag, it's okay.
All comes from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck, bro? I thought you just had principle off of just like your own soul.
Principle. I was like, that was fucked up.
Oh my God.
I was like, karma's real.
It's such a lesson in like power. It's like, they say you're drunk with power. Yeah. Like that was you. You knew it was bad, but you had the deck. You were destroying everyone. You couldn't allow yourself to see the humanity, but then it happened to you and you were knocked down. You didn't have the power anymore. And then you were forced to sober up from your trip and see the reality of your ways.
The next thing that I loved, as much as I loved Yu-Gi-Oh!, was stand-up comedy. And I immediately was like, I will never in my life allow that negative, because now I saw it as the darkness it was. I was like, I will never let something like that taint the thing I love. I will not stay. I will just deal with what poor-ass cards I have.
So did your neighbor become like the best at Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, this nigga
because he wasn't good.
No, he just went to.
Because it's a skill-based game, y'all.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't he couldn't even use the deck because I was like, nigga, you said you didn't have the deck, and if he used it,
oh shit.
It's
so
like,
then it just destroyed the deck, kind of. No, it's kind of beautiful.
It's like you stole it, and now no one can use it because if you admit to using it, you're admitting to stealing the deck. And then he was a real. This nigga was a street nigga when we were 8. So I was like, yeah, he was like one of those kids who had like a kid at 16. I was like,
damn,
yeah,
Well, shout out him.
Honestly, yeah, he set me right.
Hopefully, he's doing okay.
I hope. Yeah, I'll still listen. Not me still being salty.
Ashton's not fully healed. Yeah, it's a long journey. It's not linear, folks.
It was such a good deck. And now I have money. I went out and tried to recreate the deck. It feels not the same. I have the deck in my house right now. I went and bought all the cards. Not the same.
Damn.
But, you know.
Well, shout out to, what'd you say his name was?
I don't know. Let's start with Donnell.
Shout out to possibly Donnell. It might be his name.
Yeah.
Shout out to this business owner who got his cards robbed.
Maybe this cop will be like me. Maybe this will be he learned karma.
He'll become a stand-up comedian, and he'll end up writing for The Daily Show.
He'll have integrity, and it'll be from a pure place. It won't be.
Daily Show's like, all right, we hired Ashton, we hired all these fucking black leftist guys. We need to go back to our roots. Hire some white people.
We have that.
That's what I'm saying. They're swinging back.
Yeah. I think I was the last black lefty.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You were the last. All right.
But
that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Please sign up for our Patreon for another bonus episode this week.
Goodbye.